What's up? What's up, my YouTube people? I'm back again. It is a beautiful Saturday here, and I got dogs messing up my video, but I'm gonna roll with it. It's a beautiful Saturday here in the A. Sunny out, mid-June, so it's hotter than Hades outside. But I'm gonna brave that for you guys. I have nothing else to do today, and I usually like to grill when I have nothing to do. Even if I have something to do, I'll still grill. But today I got something special for you guys. I've been wanting to do this for a long time, and I think today is the day to do it. I'm going to smoke a beef tongue. That's right, beef tongue. I've been wanting to do this for a while. I discovered beef tongue some years ago at a taco shop, a taqueria. Authentic taquerias are the only places you can really get beef tongue tacos. And I said, let me try. I'm willing to try anything, especially if it's meat and it's beef. And I tried that beef tongue, and I fell in love with it, man. So every time I go to a taqueria, even though here in Atlanta, a lot of them don't be having beef tongue on the menu sometimes. Well, a lot of them do. It's just sometimes they come ready to run out of it. But yeah, anytime at a taqueria, I'm looking for the beef tongue. If I don't get the beef tongue, I get the carne asada. What's the pork, or carnitas, or the al pastor. That's the marinated pork. Anyway, let me just stop rambling. So I know Walmart carries beef tongue. There's another grocery store in this area. This is West Metro Atlanta. They carry beef tongue. So I'm gonna go get some beef tongue. I got all my ingredients. I'm watching enough videos to be ready to do it. Got the green egg. Gonna get that together. And just have some fun today. It's not really a complex cook, just from what I've been seeing, so not too hard about it, but we're about to make it do what it do, guys, so let's get to it. All right, guys, here's our beef tongue from Walmart. It is $8.67 a pound, 3.12 pounds. It's a heavy piece of meat for $27.05. And I think that's a good price, but if it's not, let me know in the comments. I've been seeing these for years. The price kind of keeps me from buying them sometimes, but all the meat is so expensive now, it doesn't even matter anymore. It's my dog snoring. So yeah, here we go. So what I'm gonna do is take this out, trim it up, and then I'll tell you what we're gonna do to first start the preparation. All right, guys, here's our prepared beef tongue. And it's kind of cool because you can actually feel the ridges, like your tongue going that way is rough. Ooh, it's a weird feeling. So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna boil this for a couple hours just to kind of get this tough membrane off so that we can get to the meat under there. This thing is really big. It's a lot of meat. It almost kind of reminds me of like the thickness of a chuck roast. And so we're gonna boil it for a couple hours, and in that water we're gonna do some bay leaves, got the garlic cloves, half an onion, which works out because the other half I can cut that up and use it for the tacos. And I didn't want to spend like $6 or $7 for some peppercorns when I don't use them that often, so I'm just gonna throw a bit of ground black pepper in there. And I think I'm gonna throw a bouillon cube in just for shits and giggles, just to give it a little more flavor. See how that turns out. So I'm gonna boil this in the pot on the stove for a couple hours. All right, folks, we have our beef tongue in the water. Stove is on. And so I'm gonna let this boil for a couple hours, and we'll be back. All right, guys, so 2 hours later, here's our beef tongue. And as you see, it is still hot. I know some people leave it in the water just to cool down, but that would take longer because the water is still hot. So I took it out just because I got things to do this evening, so I ain't trying to smoke this all night. So anyway, I'm letting this kind of cool off. I'm gonna let it cool off for maybe about 10, 20, maybe even 30 minutes to where I can touch it. And then I'm gonna start peeling off this hard membrane, the outside layer of the tongue. That way we'll just have only meat that we can smoke. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna let it cool down for a little while, and then I'm gonna peel that membrane off and we'll get it seasoned up. All right, folks, here we are. The skin is peeled off, the membrane, And boiling it really does help. That 2-hour boil does help because it came off very easily. There were some parts up here were kind of slimy that were like thin that I had to kind of pull off this little fatty stuff. But it worked out pretty good. I'm trying to turn it over so you can kind of see the top of it if I can get a hold. Well, let me just use my hands. You can kind of see all that skin is gone. Still some of that rough part, but I guess that's on the actual tongue itself. So to flavor this thing up, I'm going to keep it simple today. Got some Texas Pete. Hot sauce is my binder because if you watch my channel, you know I use hot sauce as a binder on just about everything. And then my only real foundation seasoning will be this Thundering Longhorn by Fire and Smoke brisket and burger seasoning. I like the seasoning because it's definitely great for beef, burgers, brisket, steaks, you name it. But also I like the earthiness of it, that cumin in there. I love the earthiness, so that's why I'm using this. And it should be enough to cover this beef tongue. If not, I got some Montreal steak seasoning as a backup. And then just gonna hit it with that coarse black pepper to kind of help with the bark on it. So let me get this seasoned up. All right, we got our tongue seasoned up and it smells wonderful. It already looks good and I haven't even really smoked it yet. So I'm about to throw this on the smoker and then we can just wait for the end result. All right, guys, we got our green egg going. Running 250 with hickory wood. So I'm gonna put this down. Let the lid down, let this thing cook, man, and we'll see. Temp it after about a couple hours at least. But yeah, it's gonna be good, man. I'm so excited. All right, guys, we are about 2 minutes from 2 hours, and I think the sun, you can kind of see where I'm rolling at 253. Let's see what we look like. Uh-oh, mama fell. It's all good. It happens. All right, guys, we got good color though. Check it out. Check it out. I'm gonna temp it just to see what the temperature is right now. It's at 178. It's very tender though. I'm loving that tenderness. I want to go into the 190s. Wow, that is like amazingly tender, guys. Oh yeah, that's actually what back there. It's 192. End part. Looks like it might be drying a little bit. I think I'm gonna actually spritz it with some apple cider vinegar and water. Up in here though, yeah, it's very nice. So I'm gonna probably let it go. Maybe I'm gonna spritz it. Maybe let it go like another hour. Actually, I got my spritz right here. So let's go ahead and get that thing spritzed down. This is probably 1 part vinegar, 3 to 4 parts water. And I didn't see anybody else spritz their tongues, but I'm going to spritz mine. I just don't want it to dry out. There we go. Good rub, good color. Good, so I'm going to let that go for another hour or so. I got time to take a shower. It's not too much smoke coming from here, so I can barbecue without smelling like smoke. So yeah, let's let that go another hour. Or until I decide to take it off. All right, folks, so I took this beef tongue off probably about 2 hours and 45 minutes was total smoke time. And then I just took a shower, so I let it rest while I got dressed, which was cool. So this thing's been resting for about 20 to 30 minutes. Check that out. Check that out. So I'm gonna cut a few pieces. Try one, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make my tacos. But yeah, the thing of beauty, huh? A little dry right there on the tip. It looks a little dry, but it's all good. That meat's probably still good, and I'm sure all of this is good. So let me cut a slice and dive into it. What's up, guys? A little more fresh face now. So I did cut a piece of the dry end off, as you see right there. And let's give it a taste for the tube. It's a lot of flavor. A lot of flavor. This part is tender, but not as tender as the tacos that I get from the Mexican restaurant. But I think also because that part is a dry part, the part that's going to moisturize, I think it's going to be very tender. Actually, I did cut a piece off that part too. Had a little bit of collagen on it. Oh, that's good. It's like with the bark. The bark on the outside, it reminds me of brisket. But it's very good. It's very good. I'm glad I did this, so let me go ahead, cut me some slices, make some tacos. I will highlight, guys. Thank you for watching. Easy cook. Try to smoke beef tongue. I was gonna say pork tongue. Do they eat pork tongues? Anyway, smoked beef tongue. I'm out, guys. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe.